The restaurant was buzzing with energy, laughter echoing off the polished marble walls as Nick's friend's birthday party unfolded. The dim lighting mixed with the chatter of wealthy socialites created the perfect setting for a dramatic disaster. Not that you had any intentions, but you weren't happy, especially after seeing your boyfriend Nick getting all cozy and carefree around girls. He was enjoying way too much, completely unaware of the disaster in your mind. You were sitting at a long, luxurious table lined with expensive wine, glasses, and imported candles, fingers tapping lightly against the stem of your glass. Your gaze settled on Nick seated across from you, his arms slung lazily around the shoulders of some girl you don't know. He wasn't even hiding it anymore. You had known for a while the lipstick on his shirts, the sudden late night meetings, and the way his phone always seemed to be face down when you were around. It wasn't hard to connect the dots, but tonight you were giving him one last chance to explain himself like a man. You leaned forward slightly, voice low so no one else could hear. Nick, you said calmly, we need to talk. He glanced at you and you could notice the irritation in his eyes. Later, he muttered, taking a sip of his drink. I'm not asking you. He looked at you stunned and then scoffed. What's wrong with you? Wanna create drama here? Your hands clenched into fists, but you remained calm. There's something definitely wrong, but not with me. I know about that girl. His jaw twitched and he looked nervous for a second before coming back in himself. What are you talking about? He laughed like you were being unreasonable, like you were crazy. The girl you have been seeing behind my back. You said through clenched teeth. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Nick's expression darkened. Babe, not here. He leaned back, clearly uncomfortable. Don't embarrass yourself. Your lips curled in distaste. Embarrass myself? You think I'm embarrassing myself? Then he did the one thing you hadn't expected. He laughed, a cold, hollow sound that drew the attention of everyone at the table, but you were prepared for this. Oh, come on, he scoffed loud enough for everyone to hear. You are acting like you're surprised. A girl like you should be grateful I even dated you. The table fell silent, your hands clenched under the table, but you didn't flinch. You want to say that again? You said, voice dangerously calm. Nick smirked, leaning forward as if daring you. I mean, come on, let's not pretend you are some catch. You are lucky I even put up with you for this long. There was a collective gasp from the table. Your anger coiled, but you smiled because now you were done holding back. You pushed your chair back and stood. Your heels clicked sharply against the marble floor as you walked towards him, slow and deliberate. You bent down, your lips close to his ear. You done? You whispered. He sat back, cocky smile still in place. What are you gonna do, baby? You straightened, your gaze turning cold. Watch your mouth, Nick. Then you reached for his drink, lifted it, and poured the entire glass of red wine over his head. Nick shot to his feet, eyes wide as the wine soaked through his crisp white shirt. Gasps and snickers rippled across the table. You crazy? Careful, you cut in, stepping closer until you were inches apart. Think very carefully about what you say next. His mouth opened but nothing came out. There was one specific person who was enjoying a little too much, more like he was proud of you. You smiled sweetly. Oh, and one more thing. You leaned in. I never liked you that much anyway. You turned on your heel and strode towards the exit. Your heels clicked confidently, head held high but stopped when you reached near him. Jungkook, the guy you never thought you'll ever listen to or believe, but you gave it a chance and turned out he was right. He told you about Nick and his cheating. Leaving just like that? He said, smiling slightly. Don't want to deal with him anymore. He straightened up, setting his glass on the table. Let me handle it then. You raised an eyebrow. What will you do? He smirked. Make sure he knows what he did and think twice before doing it again. Your brows furrowed in confusion, but before you could ask him what he is going to do, he was already walking towards Nick. Watch me. You turned, watching as Jungkook approached Nick, who was still standing there, fuming, his shirt stained deep red from the wine you had poured over him. Nick's jaw tightened when Jungkook stopped directly in front of him. Jungkook's head tilted slightly, his tongue running over his bottom lip as he does. Such an expensive shirt. Shame. Nick's eyes narrowed. Mind your freaking business, Jungkook. Jungkook smiled sharpened. Yeah, I will. Just wanted to thank you. Nick's brows creased. For what? Jungkook's eyes glinted dangerously. For freeing her, she deserves better, you know. Nick scoffed, stepping closer. You think you are clever? Jungkook leaned in slightly, his smile growing colder. No, but you know, you shouldn't have let her go like that. Nick's eyes flashed with irritation. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Jungkook's gaze darkened. It means... He paused, voice lowering to a near whisper but loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. It's one thing to cheat, it's another thing to humiliate her like that, to call her ugly. Nick's expression twisted. And who the hell are you to talk? Jungkook's eyes glinted. Oh, you don't know? He smirked. That's the funny part. Nick took a step closer, their faces inches apart. Are you sleeping with her? Jungkook chuckled darkly, shaking his head. Careful. His voice was low and deadly. That mouth already got you into enough trouble tonight. Nick's lip curled. What's it to you? What? You think you can protect her? Jungkook's gaze sharpened, his jaw tightened. I don't think. I know. Nick opened his mouth to say something, but Jungkook's smile widened dangerously. You don't get it, do you? You think you lost her tonight because you got caught? But you didn't. Nick's brows furrowed. What the hell are you talking about? Jungkook stepped even closer, his lips brushing Nick's ear as he whispered, You lost her because you were never enough. Nick's jaw twitched. He stepped back, eyes burning with anger. Oh yeah, and what? You think you are enough for her? Jungkook's smile faded, his gaze cutting through Nick like a blade. I don't have to be enough. His gaze slid towards you, standing frozen by the entrance, his voice softened. I just have to treat her better than you ever did. Nick's mouth twisted, but before he could speak, Jungkook's gaze sharpened. Nick's expression twisted with annoyance. What's it to you? Jungkook's smile didn't waver. Because you are going to apologize. Nick scoffed. The hell I am. Jungkook's gaze darkened. Yeah, you are. And you're going to mean it. You were the lucky one that she even dated you. Nick's jaw clenched. And if I don't? Jungkook leaned in, his smile fading completely. His voice was quiet, deadly. Then I'll make you. Nick's eyes flashed with rage. Who the hell do you think you are? Jungkook's smile returned, slow, dangerous. The guy who is going to make you regret every word you said to her. You were standing there listening to everything in shock, just like everyone else. Nick's nostrils flared. Stay out of it, Jungkook. Jungkook chuckled, eyes cold. Oh, I'm already in it. He straightened, tilting his head towards you. So Nick, apologize. Nick's lips curled. Not happening. Jungkook's jaw flexed. His eyes darkened as he took a step closer, his voice dropping into something lethal. I wasn't asking. Nick's eyes darted towards the people watching, his pride clashing with the growing tension in the air. He shook his head. You have got to be kidding me. Jungkook's gaze didn't waver. Try me. Nick's face reddened as he glared at Jungkook. But the weight of Jungkook's stare pinned him in place. A long silence stretched between them before Nick's jaw tightened. His eyes flicked towards you standing at the edge of the room. His eyes flashed with rage. His ego was already bruised, and the fact that Jungkook was calling him out in front of everyone only made it worse. You have got a freaking death wish. Without warning, Nick's hand shot out, his fist aiming straight for Jungkook's mouth. Your breath hitched, a collective gasp echoed through the room, but Jungkook didn't even flinch. In one swift motion, he sidestepped the punch, grabbing Nick's arm and twisted it behind his back. Nick let out a sharp grunt of pain. Jungkook leaned close to Nick's ear, his tone calm, chilling. That was a mistake. Nick struggled, but Jungkook tightened his hold. His eyes darkened as he twisted Nick's arm a little more. Try that again and see what happens. Nick's face contoured with rage. Let me go, you psycho. Jungkook chuckled under his breath. Not until you apologize. Nick thrashed, but Jungkook was stronger. He forced Nick down slightly, making him kneel as the whole room watched in stunned silence. Jungkook, you finally stepped forward because enough drama happened. Jungkook's eyes met yours for a brief moment before his gaze shifted back to Nick. I told you, you're going to apologize. Nick's eyes burned with humiliation and rage. His breath came out in sharp, angry bursts. F you. Jungkook smiled sharp and dangerously. Wrong answer. With a swift movement, Jungkook released Nick's arm only to shove him back hard enough that Nick stumbled and fell to his knees. The room was dead silent. Jungkook crouched down to Nick's level, his tone cold. Now apologize. Nick's teeth ground together as his fist curled into the floor beneath him. His ego was bleeding out in front of everyone. I'm not apologizing to that. Jungkook's jaw flexed. What did you just say? Nick smirked. You heard me. Before anyone can say anything, everyone gasped because you hit Nick's face so hard with your purse. Jungkook looked at you amazed. You freaking bastard. Say that to me again and I'll make sure you won't be able to talk for life. Jungkook smirked like a proud boyfriend, which he wasn't yet. He grabbed Nick's collar and yanked him up, their faces inches apart. Apologize. Now you were also waiting for him to apologize. Nick's jaw tightened, his gaze darted towards the stunned crowd, then towards you, standing with clenched jaws. His ego screamed for him to fight back, but Jungkook's grip was merciless. Finally, through gritted teeth, Nick hissed, I'm sorry. Jungkook's brow lifted. Sorry for what? Nick's face flushed red. For calling her ugly. And Nick looked at you. For cheating. Jungkook's smile returned, slow and mocking. Good boy. Jungkook released him and Nick stumbled back, catching himself before he fell completely. His breath was ragged, his pride was shattered now. Jungkook turned towards you. What do you think? Was it enough? You rolled your eyes and left from there. Jungkook chuckled and looked towards Nick. Thanks bro, you gave me a chance to let her know she needs to be treated like a queen. He also left behind you, leaving everyone stunned. Nick spit the blood on the floor. Jungkook stepped out of the building behind you, his footsteps steady against the pavement. You were already a few steps ahead, trying to steady your breathing. The cool night air kissed your skin, but the heat still lingered from everything that had just happened. Ryan. You froze at the sound of his voice, your feet halting on instinct. Slowly you turned around to face him. He was standing there, hands tucked into his pockets, his black shirt slightly rumpled from the fight. His eyes glinted under the dim street light. Jungkook tilted his head, a teasing smile tugging at his lips. Do I not deserve a thank you? His voice was smooth, almost amused. You raised an eyebrow. A thank you? Jungkook's smile deepened. He took a step closer. That jerk got a whole year of you while cheating, and I'm the one who made him apologize. Feels like I should get something for that, don't you think? You scoffed, but your lips twitched despite yourself. What, you want a medal? Jungkook chuckled, the sound low and dangerous. I'm not that greedy. He tilted his head slightly. A thank you would do, though. He stepped in, his gaze steady on yours. If you wanted to give me something more. You narrowed your eyes at him. Careful, Jungkook. You're dangerously close to sounding like you're flirting with me. Jungkook's smile widened, dangerously close. I think we are past that line. You sighed, brushing your hair behind your ear. Fine. You hesitated for a second before looking at him. Thank you. Jungkook's smile softened, his gaze darkening as he stepped towards you. That didn't sound very convincing. You roll your eyes. What do you want? A parade? He chuckled, taking another step forward, close enough that you could feel the heat radiating off him. No, just wondering why you sound so surprised. Your eyes met his, hesitation creeping into your chest because you exhaled shakily. I don't understand why you even did that. Jungkook's gaze sharpened, his smile faded into something deeper, more dangerous. You really don't know? You shook your head slowly. No, I don't know. Jungkook's tongue ran over his bottom lip as he took another step forward. You stood your ground, breath hitching when his hand brushed against your wrist. I thought you were smart. His voice dropped lower, the teasing edge in his tone making your stomach flip. Do I still need to spell it out for you? You swallowed, your heart hammering in your chest. Maybe. Jungkook's smile returned, slow and dangerous. I don't like seeing anyone treat you like that. He tilted his head, his fingers trailing down your wrist before he gently threaded his fingers through yours. I don't like seeing you cry over someone who didn't deserve you to begin with. You know I just had a breakup, right? He chuckled, and that's the best thing ever happened to me. You looked at him in disbelief, but you were not mad because Jungkook is the reason you finally saw the truth and decided to break free from such a toxic relationship. I'm not him, Ryan. His thumb brushed over the back of your hand. I'm not going to hurt you. Your heart was in your throat. Then what are you going to do? Jungkook's smile sharpened. Show you how you should have been treated from the start. You blinked, stunned into silence. Your chest tightened and your heart pounded so loud you were sure he could hear it. His eyes softened as he brushed his knuckles against your cheek. His touch was feather-light. You raised your chin, trying not to let him see how much he was getting to you. So you're saying you know how to treat me, huh? Jungkook's eyes glinted as he leaned in slightly. Exactly. You narrowed your eyes, and what makes you so sure about that? Jungkook's hand lifted, his knuckles brushing against your wrist. The touch was light, almost teasing, but it sent a jolt of warmth through your skin. Because I have been paying attention more than you realize. Your chest tightened. That's bold. Jungkook's smile sharpened, confident. He leaned in just enough that his breath brushed against your cheek, and I'm willing to prove it.